Let's go. First question. Thank you, Chris Cole, for doing this.
You're welcome.
Explain one of your tattoos.
Oh,
You do have red on your arm.
I have my wife's name on my arm.
At what point did you put that on your arm? When dating or
No.
after you were married?
As ridiculous and as taboo as it is, I got it on our honeymoon.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, which like is usually the kiss of death, but
It's still going years
it
later.
doesn't really matter, you know.
All right.
I think if it ended, the tattoo would be the last thing on my mind.
What was a milestone in your career that you will always remember?
I mean, the first thing I thought of was tray flip at Wallenberg, because that gets brought up the most. It was just the most punishment I had put myself through in one sitting, and rode away with a victory. Scare of the years, those are pretty real. Yeah, those are.
Tray flip down Wallenberg had to feel good though.
Yeah, that was the one that came to mind immediately.
What about the Love Park stuff? At the time, was that like one of the bigger ones?
Yeah, dude, it was huge at the time. And like I'm always forever going to be stoked that I just so happened to skateboard at a time and in the area to have skated Love, you know? And so it means something to me more than just the tricks going down, but that they were there. And I mean, we can point out good-looking gaps as much as we want. The Love Gap's the best-looking gap that ever happened in skating.
It's almost like the East Coast EMB.
Yeah, and like I think like it is the East Coast EMB. Actually, no, the East Coast EMB I feel like was Pulaski Park.
Okay, that's
in a
true.
way, and then Love had that vibe too, but it was Philly's version. It was sick. It was awesome, and then it is hands down the best looking gap that's ever existed.
Most memorable event at Love Park?
Oh man, I mean, that shit would happen a lot. You know what comes to mind is like when the cops used to rush into Love, they would get more and more creative each time, and so they used to just walk into Love and everybody would scatter and they'd be running around, and then they started pulling in a paddy wagon and pulling the paddy wagon up the curb and jumping out and chasing people. Then they pulled the paddy wagon into Love and started chasing people. Then they did undercover cops that would just be dressed in like a Phillies starter jacket, and they would just grab you and then show their badge. And then they did bike cops and they did dirt bike cops, so they could go up and down the stairs. So like you'd run, because the thing was they'd be in their car and you just run upstairs and they'd be like, oh damn it, you know, it'd be like Bo and Luke Duke running away from Roscoe P. Coltrane, you know. But once we started running up the stairs, they got dirt bikes. You knew not to run from the dirt bike cops, really.
Tell us about the Tesla. Why do you have like? Are you super into Tesla?
Yeah, I'm super into it.
I know a lot of people are really into it. Did you just get one, or why did you get a Tesla?
I got a Tesla because I still have, but was driving my 2004 Honda Pilot, my first car, all the way until now.
That was your first car?
That was my first car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so like I always kicked around the idea of like getting a nicer car, but I could never like throw down the coin for a nicer car just for the sake of it being a nicer car, you know. And the fact that it's socially conscious car, like I'm scared for our Earth. I don't think that I think it's crazy that we take dinosaur blood and bones and stuff from the ground that's been there for millions of years, and then add a whole bunch of junk to it, and we're running out of it, but we burn it up so we don't have it anymore, and while we're burning it up, it pollutes.
Later, Malto.
It pollutes our Earth.
Yeah,
That's
have you watched this series on The Men Who Made America, on how they decided to use gasoline?
No, but I'm sure it pissed me off.
It pisses me off. They had all this old waste, like toxic waste, and they basically said, how can we make, I can't remember who it was, I think it was Carnegie? It's Carnegie or Rockefeller. What should we do with this toxic waste? Let's make these automobiles we've invented run off of it so we can make money off of it.
That's it.
Alright, hey, Cole, we got a jam, dude. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Alright, dude. Really appreciate it. What would your alternative career be if you weren't skateboarding?
My alternative career?
Yeah.
Well, when I was a kid, my alternative career would have been an NBA player.
What happened?
I didn't grow tall enough. I stopped growing at around 5'8" Now I think my alternative career would be